In this video, I would like to talk about 5 stocks to buy for decades. These business models will not be impacted by AI. These business models will not be disrupted by tech. They have been here for a long time, and I think they will continue to thrive in the future. In case this is your first video from this channel, welcome. My name is Christophe Nour. I've been investing in the stock market for almost a decade now, and I have achieved a performance of 25%. Picking stocks. So let's start. And the first business model I would like to talk about is the waste management business model. You have the famous company Waste Management, the largest integrated provider of traditional solid waste services in the US, operating over 200 active landfills and about 300 transfer stations. The company serves residential, commercial, industrial and medical end markets, and is also a leading recycler in North America. Very simple business model. The market cap at the moment is $100 billion. And if you look at the margins, you are looking at a very stable profile. Pretty decent margins. Not extraordinary margins. This is not a software company, but pretty decent. And if you look at the growth of revenue, as I told you, you will not have extraordinary growth, but you will have a large runway. So revenue is going up a little bit, up and to the right. The net income is going up a little bit, up and to the right. The free cash flow, look at this in blue, a little bit up and to the right. And they do slight buybacks over the years. Like in 2022, they bought back 2% of their shares. In 2023, they bought back a little bit less. So a decent amount of buybacks. A little bit. They have a little bit of debt. If you look at the latest data, they have increased their debt substantially. $24 billion of debt out of a market cap of $100 billion. And out of how much free cash flow they generate on an annual basis. How much free cash flow? Let me check. $2 billion of free cash flow. So yeah, so maybe the debt level is a little bit high, but always has been for this business. So I don't really worry. And in terms of ROIC, you have a return on invested capital ROIC of roughly 9-10%. So nothing surprising. You have a business model that has been here for so many decades, available at a PE ratio of roughly 30, forward PE ratio of 29. Available here. And if you had invested in this business decades ago, you would have been very happy, a very happy shareholder. I believe they can continue to compound in the future. They have the ability to navigate in any environment. Tariffs, AI stuff happening, technological advancements. This is great. And if you want to invest for 20 years, maybe this is a very good candidate. Another candidate I have for you is Waste Connections. Similar kind of a business model. The third largest integrated provider of traditional solid waste and recycling services in North America. Okay, they operate landfills, fewer landfills, so they are smaller. And they also operate in the Canadian market. Okay, very well. The market cap is not $100 billion, but only $50 billion. The margins are quite similar, actually. The growth rate is a little bit better. Look at this. The revenue is up and to the right. The net income, what about the net income? Net income is fluctuating, a little bit more cyclicality here, but over the long haul, it is increasing. Same thing for the free cash flow and same thing for the debt. I'm telling you, this is a very similar business model to waste management. So you will have approximately the same charts. More free cash flow, more debt, and the ROIC is fairly stable. ROIC of roughly 7%. Return on invested capital, 7%. They do tiny buybacks, a little bit less buybacks than waste management, but this is fine. The forward PE ratio is 36. So a little bit more expensive than waste management. So something to monitor over here. And again, if you had bought this company a few decades ago, you would have been a very happy shareholder. And I believe this trend will continue because nobody can disrupt this industry. This is a boring industry, not sexy industry at all. Nobody wants to touch these stocks because people want to invest in Nvidia or other more appealing opportunities. Nobody is interested in waste connections. Okay.
By the way, if you're looking for a complete framework to analyze stocks and build a strong portfolio, I have a coaching program. More on that at the end of the video.
Next one, we are talking about boring businesses. We are talking about death. Okay, so Service Corp International is a personal services company that provides funeral and cemetery services and products from its locations throughout the US and Canada. The company segments its operations into funeral service and cemetery business functions. At its funeral service locations, Service Corp provides all professional services, facilities, vehicles, and merchandise related to funerals and cremations. Cemetery locations provide cemetery property, memorial markers, and graveyard services to customers. Service Corp derives the majority of its revenue from its funeral services segment. Geographically, the company derives a majority of its revenue from the US. Very simple business model. Nobody out of Harvard wants to create a startup to disrupt the funeral industry. The margins are decent. Don't expect the moon, but this is decent. And the advantage of the company is the scale and the niche positioning they are in. The market cap is $10 billion, okay? So this is quite small. I mean, the runway is here. And if you look at the growth, you don't have a lot of growth. Frankly, revenue is going slightly up year over year. Net income is going slightly up year over year. The free cash flow here in blue, slightly up for the past 10 years. They do buybacks, more buybacks than the two garbage company, recycling companies that we've seen before. So you have in 2020, they bought back 6% of their shares, and then 4%, 5%, 5%, 1%. So yeah, they are aware that they can't grow in this niche market. You don't have a lot of reinvestment opportunities. You can't implement AI into your operations. So what do you do with your cash? You do massive buybacks. And the massive buybacks are a little bit fueled by debt. Debt is $5 billion and the free cash flow is $500 million. Yeah, same thing. This is a lot of debt. But for such a long duration business model, this is fine. The ROIC is low. You have a return on invested capital of roughly 5%. So nothing extremely good here, but you have the longevity of the business model. And the PE ratio for this business is roughly 20. So available at a very decent price if you want a boring business. Similarly, if you had invested 10 years ago in this business, you would have been a very happy shareholder. You see here, this was the dot-com bubble. Don't ask me why, but the company was supposed to be tech at the time. Maybe your time to do the research now. But from all time lows, from the beginning of the IPO of this company, of this stock, this has been a very good run. And for the past 10 years, very good run. So I think this is a safe investment. If we currently are in a dot-com bubble 2.0, S&P 500 is going higher with high valuations, I would say Service Corp is a good hedge if you want to invest in a boring industry that nobody wants to touch. And the business model is bulletproof. I mean, we don't know who will die in the US, but you know that hundreds of thousands of people will die annually, if not millions. I don't know the stat. So you know that a lot of people will die in the US, and you want services for these people. You want them to pass away the good way, with a good service, good funeral service. So regardless of the macro data, you have a demographic data that is still a trend for this industry. You don't know who will die, but you know a lot of people will die, and most of the time, if you, I don't know, this is the thesis from Monish Pabrai here. He's saying in an interview that if your uncle is dying, if your aunt is dying, if your grandma is dying, you will not go for the cheap basket, for the cheap funeral service. You want something good. You want big flowers. You want great, wonderful funeral services. So you're willing to pay up a little bit. And because you're willing to put the work and put the money to have a great ceremony, you will give your money to Service Corp. And if enough people think like this, Service Corp will make a lot of money. Regardless of who dies, a lot of people will die. I don't know how this video will be monetized. We are talking about garbage companies and the funeral services, but that's fine. Yeah, good recommendation. Good recommendation. Next one is TPL. Maybe if you are familiar with my YouTube channel, you know that I'm a fan of TPL. I've been a shareholder for so many years. I know the company quite well, and I sold recently because I thought the valuation was high. The market cap of the company is $30 billion. This is a royalty play. They own lands in Texas, okay? So that's the end of the business model. They own 900,000 acres of lands in Texas, and it turns out that it's a very good land. It's a very good state to collect the royalties, and they've been doing this for so many years. It's phenomenal. And as you have more drilling in the Permian Basin, more activity, more water development, the revenue is going up. Look at this, that's the revenue. The net income has been going up. The free cash flow has been going up. So amazing. And they don't have any debt. They only have cash. The ROIC is extremely high. The margins, look at this, gross margins 90%, net margins 65%, extremely high. This is a royalty play. And right now, I would not recommend to buy right now, but maybe keep it on your watch list to buy it a little bit later during the year or something like this, because the forward P ratio is 50. Yeah, a little bit high. A little bit high. I would be happy to buy it in a few months, like 3 months, 4 months, if the company drops, if the stock drops for some reason. Like below $1,000, I think I will buy it again. So yeah, you have my opinion. I mean, I'm biased obviously, but I've been a shareholder for 4 years, 5 years, so I know it quite well, and I think it will be here in future decades. If you look at the buyback program, they completely changed their buyback program to implement a dividend program, a dividend payment. Okay, very well, fair enough. And the company was implemented in 1888. So they have been here for a long time. It's not showing up here. Okay. So they've been here for more than a century. They will be here for at least 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, or even more. So that definitely fits in this category of stocks to own for many decades. Maybe not at current prices, you wait a little bit, but in 3 months, nobody knows. In 3 months, I can buy it again. Okay, and the last one for today is Lotus Bakeries. We are talking about a business in Belgium that is selling biscuit. Lotus Bakeries produces and sells snacks under the range of brands. Under these brands, the company basically that's the end of the business model. They sell their biscuit not only in Belgium, but internationally. Belgium is maybe 10% of their sales, even less. This is not the majority of their sales. And now the stock is on a drawdown. The stock is in a decline, so good stuff. This could be a good buying opportunity. The company is very simple. They sell the Lotus Bakeries, how do you call it? The Speculoos brand. Maybe you are aware of this kind of biscuits, and they've been here for so many years. I mean, they IPO'd in 2000, and since then, it has been an amazing investment for all the investors. Margins are fine, margins are stable, they have pricing power, they can increase the price of their biscuits, they have good net margins for a biscuit company. In terms of growth, this is really decent, they are growing like 12 or 14% per year. So amazing chart, revenue up and to the right, net income up and to the right. The free cash flow is also decent. You have a lot of reinvestment opportunities, more capex for more biscuits. So I would not really look at the free cash flow, but what is important is the revenue growth, is the top line growth. If you compare it to the funeral service corp, for example, you have a lot more growth ahead. The company has debt, but nothing really big, frankly. And the ROIC, the return on invested capital, is roughly 15%. So we are talking about an efficient business model. They don't dilute shareholders much. They don't do buybacks, and it is available at a PE ratio of 40. Yeah, that could be a good price if you have like a very long-term horizon. If you want to buy, I mean, when should you buy this kind of businesses? When it is going up higher and higher and the PE ratio is 60, 70? Or should you be buying now as it is dropping? A good question to ask is, if you don't buy now, that the stock is 33% below high, if you don't buy now in a drawdown, when do you buy? Because maybe they will surprise with good earnings and the PE ratio will drop from 40 to 30 and the stock will rebound and you will have missed on this opportunity. Yeah, I'm considering it actually for my own portfolio to buy it at current levels. I'm doing the work at the moment for this company. But this is great stuff. Great stuff, and people love their biscuits. I consume them, I eat them, I love them, and this is a great brand for future decades. I don't think they will have major problems in the future. I think they will just continue to operate regardless of tech, regardless of tariffs, regardless of the US administration, regardless of AI. This is a business that sells biscuits. So definitely a business you want to buy and hold for many years. So here you go, guys. You have 5 businesses that are very good buys for investing in the very long term.
If you like this content, I have an investing coaching program. In this program, you will learn a complete investing process. You will learn how to find good stock ideas, how to properly value stocks, when to buy, when to sell, so that you can build a strong portfolio. Additionally, you will have access to my personalized guidance for long-term results. We will do weekly calls where we analyze stocks together, and you will have access to my private number available 24/7 for full support. If you are blocked, if you have any questions, I'm here to help. Click the first link in the description to get more information. You will get a video that explains how everything works completely for free. No need to sign up, no need for your email address. Just click the first link in the description and I'll see you on the other side.